Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you aren't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hurry up and subscribe if you want to see high quality content. If you guys haven't seen my previous videos, I already did a Mermay one, but this is kind of like a follow-up, like a part 2. I might do a part 3. I did a few sketches after the drawing I did in my last video. I probably did sketches because I was kind of too lazy to actually color. Over here I have a pirate girl, a swampy girl, and you can't really tell, but the girl at the bottom is eating grapes. I did a bunch of new mermaids. I've kind of followed the prompts and kind of not really. If I ran out of ideas, I would look at it. I actually really like the space girl, and the girl on the bottom is holding a really cute skull. And on this page I just have a normal mermaid, and then on the bottom I have my little fish man. Is it a fish man? Because it's a merman, but oh, manfish. Sorry, I meant manfish. I drew that one because I was kind of too lazy to draw an actual mermaid, and I think that he's kind of cute. If you notice closely, he actually has hair on his legs. I drew him very detailed. Now I'm gonna get started on the sketch of the mermaid that I'm drawing today. First, I did just a very rough sketch, like always. I just kind of threw my pencil around in the shapes that I wanted to. In my other mermaid video, my theme was kind of just orange and blue, but this time my theme is coral. And by coral, I don't mean I'm gonna give her a tail made out of coral. I'm just gonna have coral and plants and stuff surrounding her like that. I'm really sorry if you can't really see the pencil that well. It's kind of too light. For the face, I gave her kind of upturned eyes because I wanted her to look really cool and fierce. I made sure to give her very high cheekbones and a pointy chin and that jawline. At first, I was gonna give her long hair, but in the middle, I just decided to make her half bald. Well, not bald, but more she shaved half of her head. I don't know, I feel people who shave their heads actually look really pretty. A lot of girls can pull it off and look super cool, but I feel if I were to do that, it just wouldn't look good. You need the right head shape for it. I kind of look like an egg, so I wouldn't do that. Don't worry, I'm not planning to shave my head off, okay? My hair off. I would never do that. I value my hair too much, and I'm scared of what I would look like without it. Also, I got some funky moles on my scalp. Oh my gosh, why am I talking about this? Okay. I feel you wouldn't really know what you would look like bald unless you actually shaved your head, and when you do that, it's already too late. So also, if you look at the hands, they might look a bit weird. I didn't really know what to do with the other one, so I kind of left it dangling. I also didn't know what to do with her bra or her swimsuit top. I just made it have dangly things. Whenever I don't know what to do, I either add a bunch of circles and dots, and otherwise I just add a bunch of dangly stuff. So that's my backup plan. I started tracing too. I'm not really gonna explain this part because it's tracing, it's not that interesting. One thing I will say though is that when I was drawing the coral reefs and stuff, I had no idea how they looked like, so I looked up a bunch of photos online to reference from. When I start coloring her skin, I actually didn't use Ohuhu markers usually I do. Today for skin color, I kind of wanted it to be a bit lighter. If you know Ohuhu markers, they're all really vibrant and stuff, but you don't really have any pastel colors. So I'm using these markers I got from Michael's. They're Artist Loft's brush markers. I don't have a pack or anything. I literally have 5 markers from this brand. But they really come in handy when I need to do lighter colors. I use a lot of pinks to shade her body and add blush everywhere, cause I really wanted her skin tone to be a bit more pinky and corally to go well with her hair later. Again, I added blush like all over her elbows and shoulders and fingers and like ears and cheeks and stuff. Just like, slapped it on everywhere. I also started coloring the corals like at the bottom of the page. I made it so that the coral was a bit darker at the roots and it got lighter as it grew out. It was a bit of a pain to do because I just hate coloring inside the lines. Like, I know that you have to do that for like any drawing, but like it was just like really tedious and stuff. Then I started picking out colors for like the coral near her hips. I was like really debating like which colors I should use. In the end, I went with like a coral, a green, and like a purple. I didn't really do any like complicated shading. I just kind of like traced over everything again with a darker color, and I like tried to blend it out. I didn't really put that much effort in this part of the drawing. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I actually drew like little fishies like near the coral at the bottom. The reason for that was, I don't remember where, but like I heard from somewhere, I think that like fish like hide behind coral or something. I'm not sure if that's true. It was like clownfish or something. I think I might have learned that from Finding Nemo. Actually, I don't think I've watched Finding Nemo before. I think I've watched Finding Dory. Is Finding Dory a thing? I like cried during it, but I watched it like 3 years ago, so like after I finished coloring these like weird colorful squiggly things in the background, I started coloring I don't know what that is actually. Like, is it seaweed? I don't know. It's like an ombre from yellow to pink. I had like 3 of these seaweed things, but I wanted each one to be unique and different like a snowflake. So I put the ombre at like different parts of the seaweed. For example, like the first one, the yellow was at the top, and then for the second, the yellow was at the bottom, and then for the last one, the yellow was at like the right hand side. Now they're all unique and special in their own little way. I tried using like a red marker to add veiny stuff. I'm not sure if you can actually tell, but that happened. I also colored the other coral that was like around her and like sticking out of her head. Where is this coral coming from? Like, I'm not actually sure. It's just like, you know, like floating around her, coming out of her. When I finally finished with those 2 random pieces, I started on the hair. Again, I made it my favorite color, like this turquoisey color. This might seem like a bit repetitive because my last mermaid drawing, I also gave her like blue-greenish hair, and I also like paired it up with like reddish orangey stuff. But that's because I just really like that color and I really like this combination, so I'm just gonna go with it. Then I colored the little fishies. I made them like gold and stuff. I might have been able to like put in a little bit more effort and like make each fish like different and actually like their own color, but I was kind of lazy, so I just colored them gold. Then I made her tail like this minty color. I also added a little bit of gray to kind of make it seem more fishy, if that makes sense. Originally, I was gonna make her tail like the same coral color, but then I realized like she's already surrounded by like so much of this like reddy stuff. Like, if you made her tail the same color, it would just kind of like blend in. After I finished the tail, you see those like sticks by the coral? Yeah, those sticks. I'm not really sure what they are, but you know, I added them there. I colored them like gold. And at this point, I was done, but you know me, I go above and beyond. So I added this like color block background. If you saw the other drawings that I did, you know that space girl, I added like a background for her too, and also for that one skeleton girl. I just feel like it really makes this drawing like look better. I also feel like it kind of makes it seem like she's actually like in water instead of just like floating around with a bunch of random plants. And like drawing straight lines is like pretty hard for me, so I like sketch it out with pencil first. And this might be a little bit boring for some of you guys, but I personally really enjoy like watching things being filled in. So like, you know, enjoy this. And I could have just stopped here, but I put in even more useless effort in, and I started to shade the background too. That was probably pretty unnecessary because you can't really tell that I even shaded, but I wanted to add some more of that depth. And when I was done with this background color, I signed the bottom again, like I always do, and then I went in with a gel pen and I started adding highlights. At first, I added highlights in her eyes, but then they didn't look good, so I just like smudged them away with my finger. And if you guys like ask me, because like a lot of people actually do, they're like, oh, why don't you add pupils and stuff like that? Because my eyes are always just like these like bland circles that are like soulless and stuff. But the reason for that is because I feel like when I add pupils, it actually makes the drawing look like really creepy. And so usually I just add like a white like highlight, but this time I didn't do that because it made her look weird. I also added some outlines on the fish, and then I was pretty much done. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more, please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching.